Hello, my name is Joshua Nill, and this is my Ethical Perspectives video for Business Ethics J-404. First of all, what do I believe are the most important focus areas in business ethics? I personally follow the 3 R's approach: respect, responsibility, and rules. First of all, respect. In business, ethics start with respect for yourself as well as respect for others. Respect is more of an outward focus. It's looking to the good of others instead of being selfish. Respect includes respecting the background of an individual, their religious beliefs, and their way of life. Second of all, responsibility. Responsibility is being practical in business. Responsibility is focusing on yourself in ethics. It's looking at your responsibility in the world. Third of all, rules. Rules are the focus of an organization. An organization writes rules provide the guidelines for an ethical culture a business wants to create and maintain. So what are the greatest challenges faced when trying to create an organizational culture for business ethics? One of the greatest challenges is trying to integrate a network of employees who all come from different backgrounds with different ethical perspectives and values. So as a manager, you are responsible for making sure that, first of all, employees are informed about your organization's code of ethics. Also, you're trying to maintain an ethical atmosphere, but the difficulty comes in that different employees will interpret your ethical code differently, based on a different background, different family culture, religious beliefs, and business experiences. As a manager, you're responsible for keeping employees accountable, making sure that they're informed about the rules that you have in place, and making sure that they stay up to date on your business practices. So what works effectively in maintaining a business culture? A manager is a difficult task when trying to create a business culture with employees who have those varying ethical perspectives. So the first step is making sure that the business ethics code is clearly written. Ethical guidelines should be easy to understand and easy to implement and put into practice. Second of all, the ethical principles should be clearly communicated to each employee. And thirdly, the ethical guidelines should be reviewed regularly with group exercises or meetings to ensure that guidelines are understood and remembered. What is my personal philosophy of ethical practice, and how will I as a manager implement that philosophy? My approach follows the virtue ethics approach. What aspects of virtue ethics reflect my approach? The book Managing Business Ethics states that motivations and intentions are important ethical decision making, as the law acknowledges. If a person harms another, society judges that person less harshly if he or she did not intend to commit harm, or i.e. it was an accident. That's from Trevino and Nelson, page 46. One example that reflects this statement is the example of lying to save someone's life. For example, if someone broke into my house and I told my wife to run and hide knowing that that person intended to violate her, if that person directly asked me, "Is your wife here?" and I lied and said, "No, she is not," the deontologist perhaps would state that I was wrong because I violated moral code, i.e. I lied. But a person of virtue ethics would state that the ends justify the means, therefore I was justified in lying because I saved my wife's life. As a manager, I will maintain respect for the individual, and when faced with judging a person based on their ethical decision, I will consider their intentions and motives, not just the results. This is Joshua Nill. Thank you very much.